training against these guys. Yeah, but if I did, which I'm sure I did, yeah, my game was strategy. It was always strategy because I study the body, I study the technique, I study everything because I'm a nerd. And so it sounds like something I would have done and said, and most likely was Victoria said. But yeah, other than that, I truly have no memory. I remember AKA Bob Cook was at my, I started all that stuff.
So now, Funaki and Suzuki, by the way, I went out to lunch with Suzuki, came into Denver for things, I was out to lunch with him, and I was able to hook these two guys up via like video messages back for it. It was super fun. Can you share with these guys what, the reason I went to train with Frank, by the way, is because I randomly saw in an interview, he's like, yeah, I only own submissions for like Suzuki. So like, just so you guys know, and that's a Carl Gotch guy. But your take on those two guys, their fluidity, strength, anything?
They were amazing and amazing teachers for me because I came from the Lion's Den. Ken was, taught us, and it was his translated version of sort of the Japanese style, which was very Americanized. And Ken's stuff didn't really flow. It just was mechanically good, but it didn't really flow that well. It was like blocks and kind of oddness and stuff, so I didn't get it. I'm like, what do you mean we just stop here and then we start somewhere? Like, it didn't make a lot of sense to me until I went to Japan and started training with Minoru and Funaki. And I think Suzuki did it. He brought in a ball with a stick on top, and he goes, this is the most important thing about submission wrestling. I go, oh, tell me. He takes the ball, puts a stick on top, and he balances it. And he goes, balance and control. That's the secret. I go, oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah, Frank.
It was like that simple. I go, that makes perfect sense. But I trained for months and months, and it wouldn't stick in my head until he showed me the ball and the stick.
He was the guy, the first I ever saw in America do the yoga balls, you know, those big inflatable balls.
Oh yeah.
And man, it was brilliant for solo drills, because how many times you guys have a hard time finding somebody to roll with? He had a billion different things that you could do with these balls to get up to speed. It was amazing.
Still recommend it. Best for flow and movement and fluidity and breath, and still the best thing ever. My balls got smaller and smaller. That's a funny statement. As I got older, my balls, it was the opposite effect. They got smaller and smaller because my circles got smaller. Everything got smaller. My precision was so much tighter that I could take like a small ball and do all the same stuff on it as I would with a giant ball. So just from a developmental standpoint, that's how tight all the stuff was getting over the turn, because I understood mechanically what had to happen. I had these tools that helped me flow, the ball, the team, the stuff. But yeah, by the end I had this little tiny, like little tiny hard ball.
You'd have us doing like sit-up